Talking about different ways that your voice may sound, or maybe how your delivery is. It may be something that you have experienced in yourself. Maybe you've heard it in somebody else. Maybe you are somebody, maybe at a radio station, TV station, that can give advice to other people. Perhaps it's something that's annoyed you on a podcast that you've heard. You've got no influence over that podcaster, but you've thought to yourself, what are they doing there? It's really annoying. Well, hopefully, during this course of short daily podcasts, in this particular kind of series within the whole series, able to help you out with some symptoms and advice, a bit of prescription for something that may be going a little bit wrong with your delivery or somebody else's. Today, the Choppy Delivery on Get a Better Broadcast podcast and Voice Over Voice. Hello, I'm Peter Stewart. So a choppy delivery is the style of having to take a breath after every few words in a sentence. Yeah, the script is disjointed, it's chopped up. So rather than a smooth flow, short word groups are said rather than a full phrase or a sentence. And so the script may be hard to understand. And I did a little bit of it there, didn't I? But I referenced a famous British newsreader who does this a lot in episode 412. So if you want to get the clues to maybe who that is, then listen back to that episode. So what could be the prescription? How do you get over this choppy style of delivery? What do you have to bear in mind? What kind of training exercises do you have to do? Stand by, here we go. Ensure you've got enough breath. Yeah, have you just been talking off air immediately before opening the mic so you don't have a full lungful? You'll also be out of breath if you run into the studio at the last minute, and relaxed breathing will help you read more smoothly and increase your words per breath ratio. Relax. You may also have emotional stress in your voice. Tension restricts the amount of breath you can take and the support you can give it. Put aside time to read and understand the script. Now, some reads are perceived as choppy because the broadcaster is reading blind. They're taking random breaths because they don't know where this next sentence is. They don't know where the current sentence is taking them, and when the next opportunity might be to take another breath. It's along the lines of what we talked about and looked at in episode 270. Be more conversational. Don't stop after every word. Now, what do I mean about that? Well, some perceived choppiness is because the reader's being too precise in their diction, sounding every letter when we usually let words merge. Yeah, like I didn't do there. For example, when one word ends with the same letter as the next word starts. So say that table, we don't say that table, we go that table. Yeah. Next time, we don't pronounce the XT of next and the T of time. We say, when you're going to do it, I'll do it the next time. Next time. Similarly, when the first word ends with a consonant and the next word begins with a vowel, we do something similar. About it. Yeah? We don't say about it. It becomes about it. Or passed out. Passed out, not passed out. Yeah? Individual words can be, depending on the context, thrown away. Yeah? So you've got things like and becomes and. But. We looked at diction from episode 126 onwards and conversational reads from 446 onwards, both in some detail. So maybe go back and download those or listen to them again. Consider rewriting the script. Now, it may be a script that you can't rewrite. It may be a voiceover script that's been through dozens of highly paid scriptwriters and managers and account directors and all sorts of people. You're being paid to voice it up. You're being paid to read what they have asked you to read. A bit of extra diction there, but they've asked you to read it. Yeah, you've got to read what they have put. Sometimes that can be a little bit awkward because maybe they haven't contracted any words. But sometimes if it's a script that you are allowed to change, for example, in my job, when I'm given new scripts, I can change them to fit in with my style of delivery. Okay? So sometimes the words on a page, especially short, sharp sentences of a commercial, can be set out almost like a poem with lines of similar length. So if it's okay, maybe change the layout, join up those phrases So you've got your own rhythm and provide a take of the original, and then maybe a take of the more conversational read. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm saying you could do that if it fits in with what you're allowed to do and what your knowledge of the situation and the managers is. So there's an example of short, sharp sentences which sound a bit like a poem, and therefore it's going to be a bit choppy to read. Episode 171 is your key to understanding a bit more about that. Another way to avoid choppy delivery is to ignore the written punctuation slavishly. Go over them. So you run on some sentences. You consider ignoring commas. Episode 502 is your friend on that topic. And also understand the ideas in the script and the flow of the ideas. Understand the story arc. Yeah, get to know there's a developing concept rather than a list of different facts which don't join up. They do join up, and it's your job as a voiceover professional to find out what that thread is so you can help explain. Yeah? You are the conduit. You are the person who is there to explain something, not through the words necessarily, because someone else has chosen the words, but if you understand it, it's up to you to explain that concept or the story, lead somebody through with your voice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we've been talking about these past more than 900 episodes on Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Voice Over Voice. Tomorrow, the ending pattern voice. We'll be talking about that more tomorrow as Get a Better Broadcast Podcast and Voice Over Voice continues. You get the idea? We'll sort it out together tomorrow. From London, I'm Peter Stewart.